Okay, I've just got a quick video for you today. There's been a big change in the latest patch to how ELINT works. ELINT being the ability to detect enemy radar pings or radar sweeps without giving yourself away at long distance. It's an electronic warfare system. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just very quickly set up a scenario where I'm going to be able to let this railgun battleship fire on the enemy without a radar track. So I'm going to turn the radar off on all of my ships, and I'm also going to turn electronic support off on all of them just very quickly. Give you a second to do that. So I've deployed into the battleship with a deployed to the battle space with a battleship equipped with railguns and 3 corvettes, all with the Pinard Electronic Support Module on them. That's all they've got. Now, very quickly, I want to order my corvettes to just drive forward a little bit. I don't want them to go too far. I want to get them to, for me, detect the enemy. Now, I'm having a bit of a problem. There we go. Sometimes when I double tap on a ship's reading, it doesn't actually activate for me. One of the advantages of ELINT is it has a much longer range than radar. You can pick up somebody sweeping out. Look, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail in this video because radar and ELINT is its own thing, and I will need to go into it in a lot more detail, but for now, just assume that ELINT can detect a radar emission from further away than the radar can pick your ship up. So when you've got your radar turned on, your ship is essentially screaming, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, over and over again while it tries to find the enemy. And if you've got the right modules equipped on your ship, you can detect those I'm here shouts from much further away than they can pick you up. That's probably a really basic explanation of it. You do need these Pinard Electronic Support Modules to pick them up. Now, if you only have one, I'm just going to turn this one on. This one's at the top of the battlesphere. We've already picked up an enemy track. So this isn't a track. This is something out here is giving off an ELINT signal. Now, if I go to one of my other ships, the Ion and Fluke, which I'll need to turn over, because it's actually, no, it looks like I'll need to turn this over. So I'll give it a heading command to turn over so that the module's on the right side. We'll do this with this ship as well. Just make sure they're both pointing in the right direction. And I will turn on their electronic support modules. So now their Pinards are active. And what will happen is you'll see that these purple lines represent the picked up radar emissions from something in this direction. I don't know where it is. I just know something in this direction is pinging out radar towards me. But once these other 2 ships rotate and point their Pinards towards this beam, they will also detect the radar, and they will be able to give me a location of whoever is pinging this radar out. So if you just to give you a demonstration, you'll see that this ship should be turning over. It is not. So let's just give that a heading, a roll command. I want it to roll this way. Just make sure this one is doing the same thing. He's rolled the wrong direction, which is excellent. I want him to roll this way. No, I want him to roll this way. I want the bottom of the ship to face into the battle space. I think that's the right way to do it. Yeah. And what will happen? Oh, there we go. We've already got a basic trace. So this isn't a great fix. This is a very basic fix. Once you get more Pinard Electronic Support Modules pointing at the enemy, you'll get a better bearing to click on. Now this is 10,000 kilometers away, and it's now gone red, meaning I've got a good fix. I can actually, with my battleship, which is 14,000 kilometers away, right click on this and fire my railguns at it. So I've got a pretty good idea where the enemy is because I'm triangulating their position using 3 ships with ELINT. So I've got a pretty good idea where they are. I'm actually going to tell my guys to just back up a little bit. And I'm able to fire at them well before they know where I am. Now, I'm going to turn the radar on my battleship just to make sure there's no missiles coming in. But you can see there's the radar range on my battleship. Here's where the enemy are, and I'm able to shoot at them from here. And just to prove that, you'll see the battleship will start firing at them once it's got a firing solution. So here's a new way of engaging your enemy. If you're clever with it, you can really punish your enemy for being lazy and keeping their radar on. This is a concept that I'm really familiar with from playing a lot of Hive Fleet, where you don't want to give your position away, because doing so, by flying out radar, you make yourself a target for missiles, you make yourself a target for railguns. What I could also have done here is had missiles on each of these corvettes and launched them at these detected spots to pick them up. Now, because my ships are moving, I've lost the ELINT. They've probably turned around. So if we just check here, the Ion and Fluke is probably facing the wrong direction now. We have to wait for it to flip itself back over so that the module is facing the right way. So you have to be very aware of where these modules are and what they are doing, because if you don't have them set up correctly, you will have a problem where they won't detect the enemy. But I'm hoping that this demonstration is working really well for you. My problem here is I stupidly moved them. If I just give this guy a heading command of straight up, he should be able to point his electronic support module back at the enemy, and we should get a better track. We'll do the same thing with this one. There we go. Instantly got the track back once we got the electronic support module pointing at them, and I'm able to open fire again with the battleship. So, not a long video here. I don't want to spend too long on it. He was actually trying to turn to fire the other detection, which is not great. Here's a great way as well to make the most use out of your railguns. I've set this battleship up just for as much rapid fire as possible. It's got no other modules on it, so it's a bit of a one-shot. Like, I wouldn't bring this into a proper game, but I'm probably going to do a ton of damage to these, even if not every shot hits, just with the rate of fire I've got, the accuracy of the railguns, and the fact that I've got 3 ELINT modules. You see how the track is bouncing? It's not a perfect way of detecting them, but some of this will hit. The other reason I'm probably not getting it is because this guy here is not lending his support to the fight. So if I just give him a heading command of straight up, so that he gets his module in, and if actually, once his module is added into detecting where these are, we'll get a better fix on them. But yeah, there's not much more I want to show off in this video. I leave it to people who are probably better at the game than me to come up with a good way of making use of it. Maybe firing missiles at these tracks from really far away is a better way of doing it. But here's how you can detect the enemy with ELINT. It just requires the Pinard Electronic Support Module. Any ship can mount it, and then you can start building up a good track. Probably to get a better picture of where these are, I need a ship on the other side of them, and that would give me a better triangulation. Now, I've got missiles incoming, the enemy have close to range, this is where we'd start a normal battle, but I hope this was useful, and I'll do a longer video on radar and ELINT coming soon, but I just wanted to show this off because it just got changed in the most recent patch. Thanks for watching.